Welcome to From the Trenches, everybody. I'm Rumpelstiltskin.
What it is, it's OZ100, and we back. We here. We got our first guest on the show. It's KreepwithAK. What's good, bro?
What up? What up?
So, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself?
Oh, well, I like Faygo. My favorite flavor is grape. I have some over here. I'm going to drink it soon.
Now, I'm going to have to call you out real quick.
All right, go ahead.
I seem to remember reading an interview where you picked a different Faygo as your favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Arctic
it was
Sun.
misunderstood.
Yeah, you know Arctic Sun, man. It's the most misunderstood flavor of all time. I feel like everybody wants to keep that flavor down, so I'm going to adopt it as my new name.
Creep
From now
Arctic
on-
Sun.
Creep Arctic Sun
Creep the Arctic Sun
with an AK.
with an AK.
But why don't you tell them
Coming
what
through
you do
shit.
or whatever?
Well, other than porn, I make music. I'm a tattoo artist in all forms.
And you're
All
from,
movies.
where are you from?
Originally Pontiac, Michigan, and then I moved to Florida for a while, came back here.
He moved to
I don't
Tampa
know why.
Bay.
And now you're stuck back here, huh? For the
Yeah,
moment.
I
why,
ain't
that's
stuck.
always my question: is why won't people move down there and then they come back?
I
to
personally
Michigan
don't want to live in
20
Florida.
years later. I know, but it's the same number. It's like,
Yeah.
how long were you gone for? 20 years. Like, what made you decide after 20 years, I'm gonna move back to Michigan and go deal with some cold winters?
Honestly, it was my dad passed away.
How about
I
saying
ended
that? Oh,
up
that's
moving back
unfortunate.
Normally
up
it's
here.
family, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's
normally
what
something
it was.
family
Be with
related.
family. That's the only reason. But we're probably leaving sometime. You know, going to China.
You're
Going
gonna
to China?
Yeah, but China.
China's coming here, bro.
But China. No.
China, got him.
Yeah, I know, right? Coming here, taking our water and our education. Just playing. It's theirs anyway.
That's kind of what we did with the Indians, but you know.
I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, me neither. And they're set up well now. The ones that are left, they're fucking rich.
Right.
Yeah.
And if they're not rich, they fucked up their money because they were rich. 'Cause you can pay for it.
Right.
I mean, they're way better off than like the black community. We fuck them up too. We don't give them anything except for welfare.
Right.
They don't get no stipends from the $1 billion industry of gambling.
Right.
Damn shame.
$1 trillion industry.
I mean, each one of theirs is probably like $1 billion industry.
right.
Like each
but,
one.
Yeah, it's put the whole business together.
Yeah, obviously
Bunch of
Vegas.
America's a bunch of drug addicts and gamblers.
Yeah.
And that brings us back to, you know, the meaning of our story, our program here. This is From the Trenches. We haven't really decided on the name, and maybe you guys could drop some comments down there and let us know what you actually think, right? So we brought Creep on as our first official guest because we want, you know, to bring guests in and have them tell us stories about things that they've lived out in their life, things they've gone through from any kind of walk of life, from all many different aspects, so that we can see life from a different side, a different point of view.
Like from the
And
point of view of a
crazy stories.
previous penguin trainer. I used to work at the zoo.
Did you really?
No.
Dude, I've always wanted to do that.
I know,
Like,
right?
that's a job I'd do. Like, sure, I'm down. Like, I'd work that job because that'd be dope. Like, oh, you gotta go feed the lions and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about getting eaten.
Like I feel like we could start off at the petting zoo. And we'll work our way up.
Like, that, you know what's funny? You know that's like how Steve Irwin started, right?
For real?
Bro, like he had like
That's the
just a
man right
couple of reptiles, and they started like a little tiny zoo, and it just slowly expanded. Now it's a huge ass zoo. But yeah, he just started off with just like he had like a reptile collection.
He had a little reptile bed, and he would just handle them in front of everybody. And then they were like, "Man, you should, you know, become a whatever." And then
love
they
that
were like, "Hey, you should go out in the wild." And then he started, because his business was, you know, he did removals of animals like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then they were like, "You need to start recording yourself going out and taking crocodiles, and because that stuff happens, you know, that stuff happens down there in Florida. You go walk, and I've seen it. Walk out your front door, and there's a gator.
They sell
right
a
on
bunch
the
of gator
street.
down there.
Oh yeah. Everywhere.
I need some.
They sell it on the side of the road. Like you could pull over, you can get it fried, cooked any way you
Bro,
want.
you're driving down the
Want it
road.
so bad.
You're driving down the road, and there's like a shack on the side of the road, and it literally says cooked barbecue gator, shrimp gator, all kinds of different.
Hey, when you
you're
were
like,
down there, were there like the massive amount of snakes fucking shit up like there is now?
Yeah, but more south of where I was at. I was in
I know they're like in
Orlando
the
and
Glades.
Tampa.
They're like in the Glades is
Yeah.
where they're the worst.
Like Okeechobee.
Yeah,
and
he's-
dude,
south
they
of that.
killed off a whole species of deer.
he was down there in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I lived in Tampa for a while.
That's my favorite
He was
place
a
now.
Buccaneers.
That's why I was saying that. Tom
Buccaneers
Brady,
fan.
let's go.
All you
TB12.
Buccaneers
You know what's
fans.
crazy though? I was a Buccaneers fan before I moved there. That was my team I adopted. You know, we have to have a second team up here.
I used to like them way back in the day.
Oh,
'cause they
okay,
had
so
the-
you
Warwick
remember Warwick Dunn
That's who got
and
me
Brad
into the Bucks,
Johnson and
bro.
Trent Dilfer
Yes,
and
that
all them
team
guys,
right
Mike
there.
Allstott and
Allstott's
come-
my favorite
name
player
some
of
de-
all
come
time.
on, tell me some defensive players.
That's
You
it.
got Warren Sapp, Jesse
Warren
Tuggle.
Sapp, bro. I used to live where Warren Sapp's from, Apopka.
Okay, see,
He's a legend there.
I was just
That's a
dropping
good
names
man.
of them '90s Buccaneers teams that after they left the Atlanta Falcons and went to the Buccaneers and won a championship
Yeah.
for John Gruden's first championship.
Gruden.
How come Atlanta
You know what?
always has birds for their team name?
Yeah, for
Can't
sure.
believe the NFL did John Gruden like that. But
Dog.
so what?
Chucky.
If you had
Chucky.
a crazy story that you were 100% comfortable telling everybody, the viewers, that's crazy enough that it's not going to get you legally in trouble because we don't want to do none of that.
Self-incrimination, I'm good at that.
Yeah. So
Me too.
I mean, I could talk about the time I performed my own circumcision.
I got to hear this one.
This is a bloody war story.
This is a bloody war story, folks.
So there I was, right? I came out of the womb. Had Jordans on my feet. The scalpel was rusty. It was kind of crazy. I don't know where it came from. I think it was left over from like a previous generation.
Oh my god!
I think somebody bought it at the Dixieland flea market and actually brought it to Pontiac General Hospital.
I love the flea market.
Pontiac General Hospital. Shout out
Shout
to
out.
anybody born there.
Yep. Most of my family.
Let me do something real quick. You guys keep going.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. So, like, if I had to tell a story, ooh, shit. I could talk about the time I came home drunk at 5 in the morning, and I kind of passed out in the bed. Well, I woke up and I had a gag in my mouth, and I was hogtied, and I had this girl on top
Oh no!
of me.
Cut
She
it.
said,
We're done.
"Wait
We're
right
talking about the
here."
butt stories.
She looked me in the eye. She said, "Wait right here." And I was thinking, do I have a fucking choice? I'm hogtied.
Right.
I looked down, and I'm like, she's a pro. But she did grow up in Texas. So I know she was roping steer and all that. So these knots were tight.
So that's
So
when your
she-
booty got
She
violated.
leaves the room, right? And I hear the knife drawer rattling.
A big guy comes in.
No, that would have been better because she was trying to kill me.
Oh wow!
Actually, I'd probably rather die than fuck a big guy.
I mean, so
I would.
was you doing some fuck shit? Is that the reason why she hogtied you?
Actually, I went out with the boys from work that time.
So that time,
Yeah, that time.
But were you doing some fuck shit? Did she have some suspicions?
No, she was doing the fuck shit.
Oh,
I started after that, though.
right.
That really sealed the deal.
Okay.
I walked around and gave it.
So yeah, so I hear the knife drawer rattling, right? I said, "Oh shit, what do I do?" I got up and I fucking put my back against the door, and she's trying to get in. She's like, "Let me in." She's got the butcher knife or whatever, and I'll fucking like He-Man my hands out of the fucking ropes, and I get them undone, and then I got to move to my feet, and I'm still trying to block her out, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I got to hop out of here. I got them kind of loose, and I was fucking out, bro. I grabbed my shit and I went out the back door.
Right.
That was it. That's the first time she tried killing me.
And you never went back to that relationship?
No, I did.
Oh,
I took 3 days off. I went back.
sometimes it's that rough when you got to go back to the relationships.
Shout out to my ex.
I've been there. I one time I had a girlfriend. It was the end of the relationship, and I was like, I'm out. So I got a settlement for a little bit of money, and I was leaving the relationship either way because it just didn't work out. So I had already in my heart I was eventually leaving the situation. But what made me leave was I'm like, listen, I'm gonna move out, and you're gonna stay in this apartment, and I'm gonna get a house, and then when it's time for the lease to be up, you can move in the house, and if things don't work out, we haven't worked out, I'll leave you the house. Well, she was crazy, so she went off on some crazy stuff, and she tried to grab me up and put her hands all over
Why
me.
you sound like a sucker though?
Huh?
You sound like a sucker.
Because I'm a nice guy, and I'm gonna take care
That's
of
what
it.
a sucker is.
Okay, well, I guess I'm a sucker, people. I guess I'm a sucker.
It's all
But
good.
anyways, so
I've been
a
a sucker.
So I'm a sucker. Well, I guess I'm a sucker. So anyways, she puts her hands on me, slams me into the wall, and I kind of spun her around and slammed her into the wall, and she like starts going down, and I like thought I heard her. So when she goes down, she grabs a knife. Her knife falls on the floor, and I'm like, okay. So I thought I heard her, and I was like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? And then next moment, she grabs the knife and slid that motherfucker across the back of my ankle.
Achilles
About to
tendon.
give- and you
Yeah.
about to give this bitch a house.
And I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it was the back of the knife. So anyways, I grabbed the knife and I roughed her up a little bit. I mean, trying to get away from her, control her, because she's trying to now she's trying to grab my ankle. Now she's trying to bite me. So I get away from her. Then I hear and I'm like, oh no, it's the police at the door. And I'm like, oh, she's a bitch gonna say some crazy shit. I'm about to go to jail for domestic violence. It was my homeboy Dave. I was like, do me a favor, hold all these knives in that drawer, and I'm
The
packing
Dave
my
I know?
shit and I moved. Yeah, my
Crazy
buddy
Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Crazy Dave.
Dave showed
my
up.
dog.
Yeah, Dave showed up, and he's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Bro, you got it. I'm getting out of here." I packed up all my stuff, loaded it into my car. Now that's a crazy story. We'll get into some other time. We'll come back to that.
Well, since we're on the topic, what's up with the dating out here in Michigan, bro?
Dating out here in Michigan. Let me tell you. No. I mean, I've went on a few dates, but shit, bro. Dating women from Michigan, I can't do that.
Why? What's wrong with here?
I mean, last time I did, all right, so I came up here when my dad was passing away, and
What year is
this was
what year was this?
This was 2018.
Okay.
So I came up here, right, to be with him, and I
Right.
met this girl on Instagram. Decided like we was gonna hang out and did our thing, whatever. But I ended up bringing her back to Florida with me. Holy shit, that was a bad mistake. And this is after I said I wouldn't date girls from Michigan again. But yeah, bro, it was a wild trip.
Your dad died, and then you come up here for like the funeral or something, and then you were like, "Hey, come back down here with me," and then she went down there, and it didn't work out. It got crazy.
Actually, for like a month after I came up here, like I stayed at her house. Yeah, she was 24. She just got out of prison. She was in prison for 4 years for attempted murder.
So what? The Michigan women are all crazy? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out, but I'm sure there's a few good ones out
It's
there.
like the Florida man, Michigan woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I am Florida man for sure. That's official. I'm on the official Florida man.
I was about to
page.
say, why don't you tell them about that? That's a crazy story. That's not even
Not-
real.
when you-
That's what makes the story even better, right?
the time I got high on bath salts and I decided to climb traffic light shit on cars. Yeah, you can find that on Google.
It's on there. You can find.
You can't find it on Facebook because they won't let you post it anymore. It's
But I've seen the
fact-checked.
news videos,
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's
like from the major news outlets. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, I
It was
was
like a Fox News one or something.
all
I
over the
saw.
world too. Yeah, there was one in Miami, San Francisco, New York.
Insane.
Yeah, I woke up to like
Now,
So
because
tell
you
us the
said
real
bath
story of
salts,
how
I
this
just want to
actually-
get into
how this
that.
actually happened. Yeah.
Since that used to be, I used to have a business selling bath salts, and this is interesting. I was selling the chemical that was later termed Flocka, which got huge in Florida. Did you see that shit down there,
yeah, oh yeah.
bro? Because they looked way crazier down there than on the shit I was selling them.
Yeah,
the
and
shit
the
I was
only
selling
reason
was
why they were
crazy, too.
messed up on drugs is because these people weren't sleeping or eating or doing anything to like help themselves function wise.
No. You don't understand because you weren't around this shit. This Flocka shit is not like other drugs. Like, you know, like the stories they tell you of meth, like you do it once, your life's over. That's what this shit was. If you have a solid dealer, you're instantly addicted forever, and it lasts. Because I did it a couple times. Like the first time I did it, it was like I was high for like 6 days, bro. We bought 1 gram. You know what I'm saying? Like 8 of us were doing this shit. I was high for like 6 days, and when I got sober, I was like, oh yeah, we can't do that anymore, or we're all gonna die. Like I knew that, and as you know, I've done a lot of drugs after that. This was a long time ago. Right. So I'm not afraid of most drugs, and that one scared me. That shit was crazy. That was really turning people into zombies.
Yeah, it's that zombie shit.
Well-
Eat your face off. Kinda.
Well, like I said, it's because people were also misusing it. You've gained experience with drugs, so you understand. But back then, they were just going ham. With
I'm
it.
saying that stuff's a monster like you don't know yet. Until you've done it, you don't even know. Because, like, yeah, I've smoked meth. I've smoked crack. I've fucking done heroin. I've done all that shit in my past. It's not even touching that drug. It's not even touching that drug.
Right.
And I've done all of those. And those didn't scare me, but this one did. Like, that shit was crazy. I was high for 3 days, and you want to keep dosing like it's cocaine. You just want to keep doing rails. But you're going to be high for 3-4 days if you just do one hit.
Damn.
Right.
That shit was wild. It made like your vision high def. Like, bro, I could see in fucking high def, dude. Like when I came down, I thought the world looked dull.
I've had that experience on mushrooms though. Same.
It's different. I know what you're talking about, but it was way different because mushrooms is like the world looks crazier and more colorful. This wasn't necessarily that. I felt like I was seeing it at a higher pixel rate, bro.
Right.
It was like crisper. It was really weird. Like I could see more,
It amplified
more
certain
depth.
frequencies.
I could like see more depth and I could see color better and shit. It was like my senses were improved.
Probably something they used to give the military back in the 70s and the 80s. We had them all in that super drug.
No, I actually did some research on that too. I wish I could remember the chemical name because I bought some. It was an actual. This is something they used in the military. for sleep deprivation and make it so you didn't have to sleep. And this shit worked. It was like a natural herb that they refined the chemical out of. It was like DMAE. That's not what it is, but it's something like that. Right. And bro, it was really weird. You'd take it and it tasted like fucking the sugar off of fucking Sweet Tarts. Or not Sweet Tarts, off of like Sour Patch Kids and fall off. You know that shit? That's exactly what it tastes like. It'd be like sour as fuck. You eat like a little half gram. And, like, it didn't get you higher or anything like that. There's no getting high. But, like, after you're taking it, like, the next day when you wake up, like, you're up. Like, you wake up, you're 100% there. Like, instantaneously. And I might only got 1 hour of sleep. And I'm 100% charged and didn't feel any fatigue ever. Right. That shit was crazy. I was selling it as, like, smart powder. It really made you smarter.
We was just entrepreneurs out here trying to capitalize,
Always.
really.
Bro, when I was in high school, I was selling monsters, bro. Like, when I was in 9th grade, bro, I was going to Sam's Club. I go buy, like, 4 of them things, the 24 packs, bro, and I bring those to school, like 20 of them every day. I'd sell them all, bro. I was buying fucking Xboxes and PSPs, all iPods. I was buying all sorts of shit out of that money. I made a bunch of money. Like, I mean, you make like $50, $60 a day.
Right.
Just for showing up at school.
I was selling weed in high school.
I was doing that later. That wasn't 9th grade. That's 10th grade. And that's when the monster stopped.
Right.
And then it was like instantly.
Yeah, we had a similar hustle because there's this little chip spot over there down on off 59, the little tasty bakery or whatever chip place over there. The Lay's factory, they used to, like all the expired chips, they just throw them bitches in the dumpster. So we used to go dumpster dives and fill up the back of my buddy's tracker. Hell yeah. And then we would pull up in school and be like, listen, I'll give you 4 bags of chips for $1. And the kids would make like $20-$30. And then we go to the weed man and get
sold like
back
hacky
in the
sacks
day.
too.
Played hacky sack. I fuck with some hacky sack.
I haven't played in a long time, but I can still
I haven't
get
played
down.
forever, right?
I can still get down.
We can still get. You can still get down, man. We be out of shape like a mo. Back then we was doing gestures and all them things. Where Dizzy Deans and
I don't even know what that is.
around the world's their moves. A gesture when you jump up and kick it with your foot like that.
Oh, okay. So you said moves. I was like, what kind of move? A basketball move? I don't understand.
Around the world is when you can like hit it with your right foot and hit it over to your left foot. Back
I don't know any of the names. I just remembered stalls.
Yeah, Dizzy Dean. You can spin.
I can hit the stalls and
you can
everything.
hit it. You hit it up and then you spin around in a circle and then hit it again. And stalls.
We used to get down when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I just had a high thought. There's high schools. Why isn't there low schools?
There are. We just don't call them that.
They're called alternative
fucked up.
education.
It's called elementary school.
So it's a conspiracy, bro. They put us through high school to get us high.
I think high school kind of is a conspiracy. Like, out of everything I was taught in high school, I've probably used almost none of it since I came home.
You use a lot of math.
I'm not the math that I learned in high school. It's the
learned
math I
math
learned in the lower
selling
levels.
drugs.
Once I get to high school, it's algebra.
What about chemistry?
I
I
that was
didn't
from
take
cooking
chemistry.
crack.
I don't even think it was offered in my school.
For real? Damn.
Like
I
took
learned
physics.
chemistry from reading online, Google.
That's where I learned all
and
my
cooking
chemistry.
and crack on a spoon, and then in a Pyrex.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm like
Trial and
very up
error.
on chemistry, but it's all self-taught just from the internet. I've learned way more from Google than I did from school.
Oh, yeah,
it's not
sure.
even close.
And now YouTube, holy shit.
But like, you know, it's like high school doesn't even teach you the stuff you need. Like, they don't teach you finances. They don't teach you credit. Nobody knows credit.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably the most important thing you can know as an adult as far as getting yourself ahead.
Right. The most important thing you need to know as an adult is get your credit together.
Just you need to understand how to use debt. Like, that's a
yeah.
good thing.
Right.
That's what rich people. You don't pay taxes on debt either, which is big. That's really big because if you have a lot, if you have a lot of debt and that's actually income, you get to skip on the taxes, which is solid. I want to get there.
So, tell us another story about.
Let me continue the other story.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We got off topic. So
We didn't even
tell
get
us
back to Florida yet.
Tell us exactly
right.
what
All right.
happened. How did you get into this
So
predicament?
actually, I'll start here in Michigan. I was staying. It was me and her. Like I said, she just got out of prison. She did 4 years for attempted murder and robbery.
Just got out of prison.
And this girl's fine. Like, I mean, like, fine as fuck. So, yeah. Definitely a street girl, but not from the streets. Let's put it that way.
I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, she'll be on a few
Yeah.
yeah, meds, right, for sure. But, so, yeah, like, all right. She takes me back to her dad's house, and we're going to stay there, right? And she's 24. I'm, like, 36. So this is already awkward.
Always.
He's cool as fuck. I ended up, like, bonding with him. He's smart. I really feel sorry for him because of what his daughter puts him through.
How old was he?
Huh?
How old was he?
50 probably.
So about the same age gap.
Yeah, not bad. Kind of weird.
It's fire.
I mean, I thought she was nice at the time, you know what I mean? But, like, shit got deep. Like, bro, like, it started out, like, she was, like, I found out she was, like, going and prostituting and shit, and she was going out stealing drugs and selling it, and she had a side job fucking snitching for the cops. Like, they would send her in. They would take her to Detroit, send her in. She would buy some drugs and snitch on these people. So I'm like, fuck this bitch, you know what I mean? I started not liking her, but, like...
You guys were in Florida or you were here?
I promised her I would take her to Florida.
This was here,
for
right?
3
Oh, this was
I
here.
was supposed to take her to...
Right,
Yeah,
right, that's
I met her
what I
here. Oh, while we were here, bro, like, I don't know, so a lot of wild shit happened. Like, she would, like, let's go hang out with my friends, and it would just, like, end up being fucked up. Like, one time she took me to, like, somebody's house.
There's a lot of hot. I'm just saying, there's a lot of hot bitches out there that put a lot of dudes like us in those situations. Because I've been in far too many of those situations where I'm fucking with a hot bitch, and then the next thing you know, you're doing some fucking crazy shit.
Oh, yeah, she was taking me down a 7 Mile and shit, and they were, like, fucking breaking in people's houses. But she didn't tell me that's what they were doing.
Right.
They would go around the back, break in, steal the drug dealer's drugs. And there's fucking dudes outside, gang members, like, questioning me, why am I there and shit. It's just, like... sketchy situations like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I'd be mad. I want to get down.
I was pissed, bro.
Because I want to be
got
part
pissed.
of it.
But listen, at this time,
What?
my dad's
I'm
dying.
gonna be there.
He don't have that personality.
I'm just saying, if I'm
I mean,
already
that's-
there,
yeah,
I want to
well,
cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
right.
I didn't know them. They were hiding the shit from me.
Right.
I found out later.
Right.
I started putting all the puzzle pieces together. You know what I mean? But yeah,
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a sucker. Don't
You know what it
worry
was?
about- what
Like-
did you call us earlier?
He's not a sucker.
What'd you call us?
no.
No. I said you were a sucker, and then you finished by telling the rest of the story, which proved to me that you were a sucker. You're like, I'm gonna give you a house, even though it's probably ain't gonna work out. Then she tried to kill you.
Yeah.
And then
Like what?
but she fucked all that up, so I didn't end up helping
Thank
her
God.
out. Yeah.
Thank God. That was the universe. Like, bro, you're being a sucker. We're not gonna have this happen.
Yeah.
People,
at that
people need
time.
to earn your like. You should be.
Oh, we were in a
in my
relationship for
opinion-
like 2 years, bro, and then I was leaving the relationship, so I was making sure I left on good terms because I didn't want her
It's
to.
way beyond good terms, though. Like,
Right, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like people need to earn what they get.
I'll tell you why I put up with that at that moment. Because, like, I just went through a divorce. I lost all my shit. I lost a couple best
You said
friends.
she was hot,
I was
right?
watching my dad die. Yeah, we do some shit for some pussy. We'll put up
Right.
some crazy
So,
shit.
I mean, yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of people,
It's
that's a lot.
ridiculous.
Hey, the hot ones are good in bed. I'll say that.
You said who?
He said the hot,
The hot ones are good in bed. The
Oh,
crazy
right,
ones.
right. The crazy one.
Not
It's
hot ones.
fucking ridiculous.
Crazy hot, whatever. Same thing to me.
I got a crazy one I'm fucking with.
That's what I meant. We have
They're all crazy.
it gets
They're all
better
crazy.
when we went to Florida though.
Right. Because the
I was-
stories get crazier because you're farther
So here was
away
my
from
plan.
there.
I'm like, all right, I already promised to take her to Disney. I had it set up. She always wanted to go.
Disney, bro.
She was gonna drive down. We drove
Damn.
down. Yeah, to Disney. You know, that's what
What kind
girls
of car you
always wanna
drive?
fuck. She's 24. You know what I mean?
What kind of car did you guys drive?
Saturn View.
Saturn View. Was it
think-
loaded up with all your possessions, or you just drove
Mine?
down?
Nah, I just closed.
Oh, that was just to go.
I was
to-
just
that was
visiting.
just going to.
I was just there for my dad's funeral and shit. And
Oh, okay.
go see him through. You know what I mean?
And then, but she moved to. I thought you said she moved to Florida with you.
No,
She came.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
So I was gonna take her to Disney. I promised her.
okay.
So I was like, because I was already had enough, bro. She. put
You
me
was
through.
already. Oh, so your shit was already packed in the car going down there. You was going down there, right?
Yeah, I was
Stay?
gonna fly back, but I
Oh.
let her drive because she wanted to drive. She was scared to fly.
Okay.
That's how we drove.
Okay.
But I was gonna fly back by myself, but I already promised her. So I was like, all right, I'll just take her there 3 days. She could fly back, and I'll just cut it off.
Right.
So we drive down, right? Things go good on the way down, you know. But like once we got to Florida, holy shit, she couldn't hold back the crazy. You know what I mean?
What kind of stuff was she doing?
All right, we came back. She was drunk from my friend's house. Like I did a tattoo, or
Right.
whatever.
So you got down there. You got to where you were staying.
Yeah, took
Right.
her to see my friends.
Took her to hang out with
She
your
ended up
buddies.
hanging out,
First
got
night
drunk.
hanging out with your buddies. She
I
gets
wasn't
way
drunk.
too
I
fucked
wasn't
up.
drinking.
Right? So she gets way too fucked up. Right.
Yep. And then so like we go back to my house and like she's on her phone just fucking with somebody, and I was like, who you keep talking to like that? You know, I thought you're seeing me or whatever. And she's like, it's my ex. I'm getting back with him. I was like, oh fuck you, shady bitch. You know what I mean, bro?
So that was the first night. So that was the first night.
Yeah. So I got pissed off. I'm like, get the fuck out of my house. You know what I mean?
Right. She
So I was
did.
just like, go.
And then she did.
No, hell no. She fucking grabbed my phone out of my hands and fucking punched it and smashed it. And then she immediately calls 911 on her phone. And she's like, he's beating the shit out of me. She starts punching herself as hard as you can imagine. Like, fucking, whang, whang. And she's screaming, help, he's beating me. I'm like, you're a crazy bitch. I'm from across the room. You can hear me in the background. Like, she's crazy, you know. So the cops show up. Now they want to make me leave my house and leave her there alone, unassisted, in my house. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
because it's
they're like, all right,
messed
leave
up like
and
that.
cool off till tomorrow.
Right.
Florida law. She's obviously drunk and crazy, and I was completely sober, level-headed, talking to them normal. Yeah, so bro, like, all right, so I'm outside steaming, you know, I don't know what to do. I got no phone to call anybody.
Right.
All my shit's inside.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
They didn't let me go back inside, get my wallet or nothing.
Right.
I was just gone. You know what I mean?
You got to walk
So
it?
yeah, I'm walking. I walk around the neighborhood like 8 times, and like fucking, she's looking for me. She finds me, does the same thing again. She fucking comes up to me and she's like, starts hitting me, and then she grabs her phone. He's beating me. I was like, oh shit, here we go again. Now this time they're looking for me because they already gave me this warning, told me to leave. Now they think I beat her again. Now they're fucking looking for me, and I'm like hiding in the ditch. There's like, I would say like 20 fucking cop cars, bro, driving around for like 2 hours looking for me in the neighborhoods, and I'm just fucking hiding in the fucking trench.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
From the trenches.
From the
Well, I ended
trenches.
up-
From the trenches.
Yeah, the next day I went to my mom's. I was like, Mom, this is what happened, you know. Fucking, she gave me her phone. I called my boy. He picked me up. It hit me out for like a week because they were still looking. They wanted me.
Right.
They put me away. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
what the fuck? Yeah. All right. So at this point, she destroys everything in my house, top to bottom. Cut every piece of clothes I own. Destroyed everything on the wall. Everything I own. Every value.
Wow.
I'd have killed her.
I was gonna say.
Oh, then she stole my tattoo equipment. Like $3,000 worth. She put it all in the duffel bag and stole it.
I mean,
She was
like,
driving
if
around Florida with holding it for ransom.
I seen.
it was me, I'd have been right back in my house as soon as the police
I
left.
seen my mom back in the day. She was trying to get.
Catching the charge. Fuck that shit. She's not in my crib. Fucking my shit. Because as soon as you were telling me, they're like, she's staying around somebody. She's gonna fuck everything up at the end of the story. I already know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I seen my.
Like, fuck that.
Oh, it
I'm
ain't
about to
even
go
over
beat
yet.
this
Hold on.
bitch and put her in the hospital, and we both gonna be fucking
It's almost
out this
over. It
house.
wraps up pretty
God
nice.
damn, fucking my shit up.
So she steals like $3,000 worth of my tattoo equipment.
Oh,
And she's driving around Florida. She ends up staying with one of my boys on the coast. Who ain't my boy anymore. You know what I mean? She's staying with him, and she's like, I got your shit. I want it back. Or I was like, I want it back. You know what I mean? I was like, I want all my fucking tattoo equipment back. So I'm trying to think of how I can scheme on her to get it back. I end up like playing nice for like a week and a half. And then she decided to meet me and shit. Just like talk it out.
Right.
I guess she's in love with me. She said some shit. But bro, in my head, I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? Okay. So we met at Burger King. She's crying, and I'm like, you know, honestly, this ain't gonna work for me. You know what I mean? I was like, we gotta end it here.
Right.
Right at that moment, she locks the doors and she fucking guns it. She goes head on with traffic, doing like 30, going head on, and I fucking grab my tattoo shit and jump out the fucking side door, and I rolled down the highway, had blood all over me. I ended up like going up in Burger King's bathroom and hiding out for a second, fucking washing my shit up, and she was outside looking for me. But everybody at Burger King watching this happen, it was awesome.
It was awesome. He says. I was gonna say.
I got my tattoo shit back. I was happy.
Hey, you got
I won't
your tattoo
I
shit
won't
back.
date in Michigan probably. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go to the South.
You know
you go
what?
to the
I
South
don't
to
know
get
if
cars
that
and
was,
women.
I don't know if that one was a Michigan problem or like the
No, it
fact
was
that
her.
you picked someone fresh out the penitentiary.
It wasn't even the penitentiary. It was her.
I'm just saying.
You can't blame the pen, bro. It
Right.
was
I'm
her.
not blaming
was
the
her.
pen.
Right.
I'm saying
It
the
was-
type of
it was
people that are
definitely
more
her.
likely to go to the pen
Yeah.
are people like her.
Well, she loved it. She was at home.
Right. I remember back in the day, my mom, she was trying to get my aunt out of the house, and this is just out of like improvising out of somewhere. My mom called the police, and she's like, "Cherry, stop hitting me! Stop hitting me!" And then my mom threw herself down the stairs, and when the police came, my mom was like, "She threw me down the stairs," and they arrested Cherry and took her
Oh,
away.
damn, hey.
So when you told the story, that kind
Gotta
of
do what you
reminded me
gotta
of
do.
that one. Rest in peace to Mama.
Right. Rest in peace.
So she was in love with you, and then you jumped out of the car, and then where did she go after that? You guys never talked, or she was out, or
All
she
right.
hit the highway, or she crashed? Or
Well, for like a week.
it'd be some crazy shit, and she crashed into oncoming traffic. She's like, yeah, he's like, I just crashed that piece of shit and then rolled away.
Yeah, right. Leonard Skinner playing in the background.
Right.
Yeah. So she ended up like sending me emails and shit because I blocked her and shit. So she was like sending me emails and everything.
You blocked her,
She's like,
for real?
I'm burning your house
real?
down. I'm burning it down. Yeah, yo, bro. She was like making all.
So
kinds
how
of
long
threats.
did it take for her to go away?
Well, I ignored it. I didn't see her since, but like I checked up on her recently, and I found out right after that she ran some guy she was seeing over in Kentucky or some shit.
Oh my god!
She like fucking plowed over him. I read the whole story. They got in an argument. She just ran his ass over, and she did some time for that. And then when COVID hit,
How do you
they let her
only
out.
do some time for that?
Huh?
Like you should be like gone for that, right?
COVID hit, bro. Everybody got out.
Right.
Bro, I know I was in there. I got out
Like
the day
I told
COVID
you
hit.
earlier, murderers I know got out.
But I was just
That's
supposed to get
wild.
out the day COVID hit. But yeah, like before I was leaving, like so like nobody was getting out early, but like there's no way you weren't getting out on your earliest date. Is how it was working. So like, all right, one dude, he's going home next day, gets in a big fight. You know what I'm saying? They held him for 14 days, sent him home still. He's there for violent crimes. Like that's like the exact like normally that's the exact thing that if you did, you're gonna be sitting down for the next year.
Right.
Because you couldn't even hold yourself that day. The day before you going home, and he just had to wait 2 weeks. They were like, nah, you fucked up, but see you later, bro. Like everyone, like they was giving people like with armed robberies under the door. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even see the parole board. They're like, see you later, you're going home on this date.
Right.
COVID was crazy when it hit. Everyone was so scared in there. It was so funny because like
Well, because
When you're locked up in there-
you're locked up in prison, bro. And then
No, but
something
it's more
breaks
than
out
that.
And they're like, is the world gonna end? And are they gonna leave us in here?
you don't even get it though, because like so there's that. There's the whole I'm in prison, but then there's also you're only getting mainstream news, bro.
Oh, right.
And it is wild, bro, because like everything is like people was so scared because I'm not scared of fucking disease. Like when COVID was hitting, I was not worried at all.
Right.
But like on TV, they made it look like the zombie apocalypse was coming, bro, and that's what
sure.
people really thought in there. They're like, bro, they're turning into zombies over there in China and shit. They're dead serious. Everyone's starting to wear masks in there. This
Right.
is before anyone had suggested
Right.
masks. This is just people being institutionalized, and of course, those people get sick. Those are the people that get sick,
Right.
always. But yeah, we were locked down for 3 months for the flu before even that hit.
Right.
So we was already sick in there. Because when something wipes through there, it wipes through there. We had like the norovirus hit my unit the one time. Like I think 80% of our unit got sick in 1-2 days.
Right.
It was wild. Everyone was puking everywhere. I puked all over the lobby, bro. This shit was wild, bro. So like I was like sleeping, and I felt fine when I went to sleep. And I woke up and I was sick because it's like a
Right.
24-hour bug. Like it ran through me in like 8 hours, bro. I was like 100% back to normal after like 8 hours.
One vomit in the lobby.
That's pretty much all that happened. So I woke up. I'm like, oh, I'm about to throw up. So I'm walking to the lobby, and like essentially the rooms are set up where like it's a big ass pole barn. And then there's like 2 big ass hallways, and down each hallway there's cubes, and in the cubes it houses 8 people, and then there's 10 cubes on each side, so there's 20 cubes, and then there's like a
Right.
rec room and shit, and then the lobby. So, and then the bathrooms in the lobby, like you walk through the lobby to it. And over on the right, there's a guard's desk. That's right where the guard stands and shit. So
Right.
I'm about to throw up. So I'm walking up there. I'm not going to make it, bro. I already know it. So I throw up all over the guard's desk. You know what I'm saying? Right in the lobby, dude. And then I turned around and I went back to bed.
What'd they do?
They cleaned it up. Fuck you mean? It's not. I'm not even supposed to clean it up. There's people in there that have like their bloodborne pathogen and
Right,
blah blah
right.
blah certificate, and they're porters, and they get paid more than they have to clean that shit up. I'm not even allowed to. Awesome, sick. Fuck it. I'm out of here. I was like, I'm going back to sleep. I went back to bed. I woke up. I was good.
They didn't look at you or say, you fucking asshole, or why'd you throw up on our desk?
Hell no. Everyone's throwing up everywhere, bro. This is crazy. This is 120 out of 160 people sick.
Right.
All in a 2-day period of time, bro. And like it barely hit me, but like I was just so like when it hit was the day after I got my TV. My TV just showed up. I'm like, bet, and then it hit. And they're like, lockdown, no one can leave the building. I'm like, lit, I don't give a fuck. I'm posted up with my new TV. So I'm just watching TV, and I'm like, I go in the bathroom. There's like 6 people throwing up. Blah, diarrhea, bro. It's just terrible. You go back, and it's just like that for 2 days at all times. Like, it'd be 4 in the morning. I wake up and take a piss. Everyone's in there puking and shit. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. There's one dude, man, he was in there for like 2 days, bro. He's in there for 2 days throwing up. I thought he was going to die.
Hit him hard, huh?
Hit him hard. Yeah, hit our unit and another unit. So like 2 units, like 240 people got sick in 2 days.
So how'd they get you? Would they come through and just get ready vaccinations real quick, or?
No, they just After
Let it pass.
after that 2 days, it would wipe through there and it
They
was done.
sterilized everybody.
Oh, they were sterilizing everything when we were going.
All right.
They bring all the bleach out. They break the bleach out. They're like, bleach for everyone. And then we clean our own shit.
Right.
So the only way like they like throw your shit away and get you new shit is if it's like bed bugs, which that shit hit a couple times. Like bed bugs will hit someone's unit, and then they're like, "Yep, we're burning your shit."
If a motherfucker's got bed bugs, a motherfucker's a dirty motherfucker.
No, it has something to do with it's dirty as fuck in there.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's not on. Like, so I mean, if you are with the right people, your shit'll be clean. But if you're a clean person and you're with a bunch of dirty motherfuckers, your shit's gonna be dirty. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends on where you land and like which facility. My facility was fairly clean, but if you go to like a place like Parnell or something, or like any of the Jackson ones, because they're old, bro, they're disgusting.
Right.
Like, Parnell's destroyed, bro.
Right.
But like ours, it's new. It wasn't even supposed to be St. Louis is where I was at. It's supposed to be a temporary facility. It's called a temporary facility. It's been up for like 25 years now. It's fucking like the biggest facility in Michigan.
Right.
It's got 3,200 people in the level 1, and it's got like another 1,000 in the level 4 right next to it. So it's like 3,000 people there. Over 3,000 people. It's a lot of people.
Our prison systems are definitely overpopulated.
Oh,
I've only been to prison for 2 reasons: to pick up family and for conjugal visits.
You've really been to prison for a conjugal?
No.
I'm about to say where.
No.
I don't think they do that anymore. They used to.
Did they?
I don't think they do it anymore, though. Anywhere. I know they don't do it here. Best you get is just the visiting room. That's all we got. We got the visiting room.
I've thrown drugs over a fence. Wait, is that incriminating? No, it ain't. Can't prove that.
It was my fence. Right?
Yeah.
I remember being in Oakland County, the work release program, and people were throwing shit over the fence when I was in the work release program.
That is the worst place. Oakland County Jail is hell.
Yeah.
Fuck
It's
you,
literal
Mackenzie.
hell.
Like,
Like I can talk fondly about my prison bit. I can't talk fondly about about pieces of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There was
I
perfectly
mean,
fine
there's some
times.
dope situations where
You know what I'm
you
saying?
had
We-
kicking it with the homies or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, I mean,
but
there's
like,
a lot of pluses
whatever,
in there.
but
It's
like,
boring, but like, there's a lot of pluses. You know, you're just kicking it all the time. You ain't
Right.
doing shit. It's not like you have a job.
but it's more like the
jail?
atmosphere, the depths.
Jail,
the-
you're just dying, just slowly dying in that
You know what I'm
bitch.
saying?
That's what it feels like.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a good thing we're not a third world country or down in Mexico, because if we went to jail, it'd be way worse, and that would be like living in a.
But I
slum or
mean,
something.
all right, but there's
But-
pluses to those that we
but at
don't
the
have
same
here.
time-
So the pluses to those ones is like, if you got the money down there, you can live great in that bitch. You know, like when El Chapo was in prison in Mexico, bro, he had prostitutes, wherever he wanted, bro. And then when he wanted to leave, he just left that bitch. He was just chilling. He just left.
Right.
He was like, time for me to go.
Right.
That's the plus.
He should have his own
He
motorcycle.
built, he built his own prison, didn't he?
No, that was Pablo.
Oh, Pablo, yeah.
Pablo
and
had
he's
his
like,
own
yeah, I'll
prison
hang out
bro.
here.
Yeah, and then he broke out when he wanted to.
Right.
He's like, all right, it's time to go.
Damn.
Pablo is a G, dude.
But they won't let Meech out.
He's supposed
Right.
to be getting out.
I know he's supposed to be getting out, but he said 10 years ago that he could pay to erase the national debt. Just let me out. And they were like, nope, you got to stay in there.
Yeah, but he's about to get out.
Yeah, 10 years later, 10 years of his life. You know,
Yeah, because he has to serve his sentence.
yeah, over some cocaine. He was just selling drugs. It's
Not,
You know,
not that I'm
the
for
way the
that, 'cause
system-
I'm for it being open. You know what I'm saying, legal drugs. But I mean, fact of the matter is, he got caught.
right.
They was flossing too hard. They was flossing too hard, bro. That's what got them wrapped up.
Right.
That's what always gets people wrapped up.
You toss me that grape Fago, bro.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it.
Here, I'm gonna hang it instead of tossing it.
Yeah, thanks.
That was a hell of a toss. Did y'all see that?
Grassy ass.
Smash that
Brady.
like button down there.
That was like a Brady
Trying to get
pass.
sponsored right here.
Trying to get sponsored
Here
by
you go.
Fago.
I would love to be.
Hey,
First
did you
Greek
guys
Faygo
did you know
cracking?
back in the day when 9/11 hit, they said that Fago was owned by like a terrorist group, like 20% or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, my kind of guys.
And like every Fago you bought, you were supporting the terrorists that took down.
Well, fuck
the
them. I
towers.
don't care. I don't even. Well, first off,
I mean,
in
you know.
in my opinion, no terrorists from outside of this country were a part of
Oh,
9/11.
right. That
I used to
was
work
just-
for a terrorist leader. His name was Uday Hussein, actually.
Uday Hussein.
Yeah, he used to own the Indian restaurant I worked at. I was a chef.
And what'd you do?
I was a chef.
And what'd he do?
Some crazy shit. It wasn't him, but his henchmen did. They used to try to get contract me to do murders and shit. I'm like, fuck that.
Why not, bro?
Why not? For 10 grand, that ain't enough.
No, that's definitely not enough, bro.
I mean,
Let me tell you what. If you ever get in the car with somebody from Pakistan, you're gonna want 2 seatbelts.
he's like, I'm gonna need 100,000
Huh?
minimum. 100,000 minimum.
100,000.
You wouldn't go kill somebody for 100,000?
I did it for free once.
You did?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You want to tell it on what happened?
Yeah, I was forced to kill my own father to put him out of his misery. Unfortunately. I
Really?
was the oldest child, you know what I mean?
Really?
You gotta do what you gotta do, yeah.
You want to tell
I
us
can't
all
count that. He was already dying anyway, you know what I mean?
How old are
But
you?
I have thought that way before.
How old are you?
Me, 40.
No, how old were you?
How were I?
How old were you?
Oh, this was a couple years ago. I
Oh,
ran somebody over once.
You mean
They
to pull?
don't count.
You mean to
Yeah,
pull the
died.
plug? He was dying, or you? Oh, that's unfortunate.
I didn't pull the plug. I overdosed him on morphine. I was doing all the hospice work. He wanted to die at home, you know what I mean? So it's my responsibility. And hospice only comes once a week. They come by, drop the drugs off, tell you how to increase the dose. That counts, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah. So I kill somebody.
that's how I'd want to go.
Yeah.
High as
for
fuck?
sure. Huh?
Just high as fuck
hell
the
yeah.
whole time.
To the very
If
end.
I had to pick, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's the best one. Because the other one would be like, I wouldn't mind getting just shot in the face, you know what I'm saying, or something, or right in the heart, instantaneous. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm instantly
Lights
dead.
out.
But I don't feel like you get to pick that one.
I used to want to get shot till I got shot in the face,
You survived it, but I'm saying I want to make sure it's a kill.
and
shot,
then I
it's like a
feel
hard shot.
and then I feel like I got robbed because I got shot in the face and it ricocheted off my face because I was lightning fast, or maybe it was just luck
That's
of
what
the
happened
draw. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
pointed
the
gun.
same thing, bro. Scar.
Right here.
Yeah. Like this.
I turned my head. I was like, he's got a gun pointed at me. I was like, bro, you got a gun pointed at me? He was like, yeah. And I was like, well, you better pull the trigger because I'm coming. And I took the first step, maybe the second step, and I heard the pow.
Yeah.
And I turned my head real quick, and I'm like, motherfucker, you shot me. And he fucking pulled the trigger like 3 more times, and it was like click, click, click. And by that time, I was on
Dude,
it.
that's like...
It jammed?
Yeah.
What, do you have a high point?
That's crazy, bro.
No, he had a 22.
High point? Hell yeah.
Yeah, high
I'll be
point?
trolling people with high points. I own 1 or 2 before.
Yeah. It was,
They're better off pistol whipping. with high point. It's like a brick.
Oh,
so
yeah.
then, like I said, I feel like I got.
You
I feel
know
like
who
I got
used to
robbed.
love the bricks?
I feel like I got robbed because I always wanted to get shot. I want to get shot in like the body, not in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, don't.
Just to feel like it feels like
This might sound sick, but
2 or 3
like,
times maybe.
my whole life I always wanted to burn to death for some reason.
Why? That sounds
I know
terrible.
it. I know it does.
sounds
I don't know. I like
terrible,
fire
right.
like that.
Because I'm always looking for the.
It's gonna last for like 3 to 5 minutes, bro.
That's
Your
what
whole
I'm
life's gonna
saying.
Yeah, I
flash
know.
between your eyes.
Yeah, you're right.
I wouldn't want to
It's physically gonna
drown.
hurt. Right.
I don't want to drown. I don't want to freeze. I don't want to burn.
I feel like I'm already tortured inside anyway. Why not?
That's why I'm trying to go clean. I'm like, man, let me at least get peace and death.
Yeah, I think I want to go clean. Sad story, but the old singer of my old band, he actually died in a blaze like that. He used to set himself on fire on stage too, which was kind of ironic.
Was Bon Jovi's Going Down in the Blaze of Glory playing?
I don't know.
Going down in the blaze of glory.
No, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's an epic way to go.
I doubt
man,
it.
that sounds
He was a
scary.
metalhead, but it
That's dope.
was probably some fucking.
You ever see that
Death
crazy
metal or
stuff
something.
they used to do in the Vikings times? What's it called? The Blood Eagle?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the Blood Eagle, this is like what they used to do to other Vikings and shit. It wasn't normally I mean, they did it to some of the English people, but for the most part, it was like other clans, and they would cut you open from, is it from the back?
No, well, they
From the chest?
split you like this, and they would pull your ribs like that.
I think they did it from the back, though.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, so they did it from the back, and then they pulled your lungs out,
Yeah.
and then they fucking pull the skin back, and it looks like you got wings and shit. That's why I call it a blood eagle. But this is why it's crazy. So they're doing it to the other guy. If the other guy didn't make no noise, he went to Valhalla. But if he screamed, he died. Dude,
That
that's
shit's
some
wild,
crazy
bro.
Shit. But that's going out in Blaze of Glory, bro. If you don't make no noise, ultimate.
A couple months ago, I
Because
was online.
that's what they'd be thinking. Like the crowd, because the whole village would be watching. If you finish it, they're like, that guy's a G.
Right.
That's a cool society, kind of. They're like, he may have murdered like 14 people, but he didn't make no noise when they ripped him apart.
Yeah, right.
And because of that, he's going up there in the sky.
Crazy. Fuck that.
Warrior culture, dude. Wild.
I'll be moaning or something. Fuck.
Right.
We're like getting tattooed on my back.
I love the Viking culture.
Huh?
I love Viking culture.
Yeah.
Their stuff was wild. They used to eat the mushrooms.
You know what I like?
Run into battle.
Old-fashioned torture.
Right.
They
You know,
love
fucked up on
mushrooms.
mushrooms. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Bro, you ever look at the...
I had a lot of experience with mushrooms for a while.
Oh shit! What's good?
Oh, look it. We got a special guest. You can check out his OnlyFans.
What's poppin', bro? Fire.
How you been? How you been?
He just came off the road from a secret mission.
Oh, hell yeah.
I got some stuff to talk to you about when we finish this. What were we just?
We were
saying?
just talking about old-fashioned torture methods.
We were.
So there's a whole website for this that's actually dedicated to the tools they used to use. It's
Right.
fucking fabulous. I look at it sometimes. You ever heard of the pear?
You have to send me that link.
They used to stick this fucking pear-shaped object up your ass, and they would
I
pull
know
the.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, when they pulled the stem, it would spread out.
Yeah.
Fucking just disintegrate
Oh my
your
God. They came up with some
intestines.
sick shit back in the day.
Yeah. What was that one? It was like a fucking triangular piece of wood, and they used to put your asshole on it and just let you sit there for like a month until you get infected and die from the infection.
Oh my God. They were savage back in the medieval days. I got respect for their level of creativity. Like quartering was crazy too. They're like, get 4 horses.
All that shit applies today. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? Those torture devices.
I think
still
that's the
spin.
key to being successful now. You just improve the wheel.
Right.
You
put-
take
you
an
put rims
idea
on
and
it.
improve on it. Everybody's already had all the
I
ideas.
mean, how many
for the
spokes
most
can you
part.
put on it? You know what I mean?
Right.
I prefer Dayton's, baby. Oh shit!
I think he's about to jump into podcast over here or something. He's putting something together.
No, he's
for
doing his
y'all
OnlyFans.
folks.
That's OnlyFans over there.
So
I just started OnlyFans. They rejected my.
I know. I saw
submission.
that you posted it on Facebook.
I'm gonna reapply.
Why'd
Yeah.
they reject you?
They said they couldn't read the name and the ID when I had to hold it up by my face.
Oh, so yeah, you just
Yeah,
gotta send
so-
it back in.
yeah.
You're golden.
Yeah, so y'all be on the lookout for that. I know you're already waiting. Sorry.
interesting.
By the way,
very interesting.
It's OnlyFans, but it's me doing the helicopter on different state every month. Just one video. It's gonna be a 30-second clip. I'm gonna be doing the helicopter in front of the Eiffel Tower. Or some shit.
$19.99 a month, right?
Nah, probably like $2.99 a month.
$2.99 a
Yeah, I'm
month.
trying to
He's
get a lot
giving
of
y'all
subscriptions.
the lightning deal. It's only available for the next 90 days.
Yeah, it's I consider it a tip. Get it?
And then you'll get the whole thing.
Yeah, then I'm gonna actually travel state to state and impregnate a woman in every state before I die. That's goals.
Oh, so you're like on the Nick Cannon goals, dude.
Oh, you already beat me to it?
No,
I'm not gonna
he's just
name my
having a
kids
billion
Wild.
Kids.
Huh?
Him and Elon Musk just having a
Yeah.
billion kids.
Oh, does he for real? I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, he's like trying to have as many as he can. So is Elon. They're both literally trying to have as many kids as they can. Elon thinks he's gonna personally repopulate the Earth. He said he needs more people from Mars.
What's his son's name? Pitt? Is it Pitt Musk?
Well, he wasn't allowed to keep that name. That's not his real name. The government was like, you can't use a bunch of symbols. You have to use letters, dude. So
Nope.
I don't know what his name is.
He was using binary code.
Yeah, it was like the name of a rocket or something.
Oh, the Fleshlight, 2006.
Right. So you gonna introduce yourself and say hello from the trenches? We're on the show. What's going on, man?
Right. I feel that.
Yeah, it's understandable. I've been there once or twice in my life.
Dabs. Low temp.
Low temp.
We gotta do the low temp dance.
High temp, baby.
We didn't have a thermometer, but I eyeballed it. I've been eyeballing shit for years.
High temp dabs.
Yeah, we did some high temp.
You did that
So
scorcher.
bumpy. Oh, he's got them.
Oh,
He's got
shit.
it. He's got the friggin' thing. I wonder what temp it is right now. Let's see.
Fucking accuracy, baby.
It's 380 right now. Got to go up a little more. It's too low temp.
So is Florida the only place you've lived besides Michigan?
Florida, Michigan, and then Cuba.
You lived in Cuba. Oh, that sounds like
Guantanamo Bay.
How did you? Oh no, was you in the military? Or did you fuck up?
Cock meat sandwich expedition.
You fucked up then.
Yeah, you know, I brought a bong on a plane. They thought it was a bomb. I was trying to get high in the bathroom.
He was just trying to get high in the bathroom?
Yeah, when I came out, somebody said, "Hey, he's got a bong," and everybody thought they said bomb.
When I was young and I worked at McDonald's, dude, I walked into the bathroom and I was working, and they was blowing the toilet up with fucking dry ice, dude, and that shit was great. Everyone freaked out, and I was like, "Oh no, I got to see this shit." And then they blew that bitch up, and then I just told everybody that there was the toilet was blown up. You know what I'm saying? It was fucking fire, dude.
Damn.
Dry ice bombs are sick.
Yeah, oh yeah. We used to make some. We used to blow them up in Pontiac in the trailer park. We blow people's sheds apart with them. Strap it to the side of their shed, couple of them, boom.
Me
Blow a
and my
hole in
friends
that
when
bitch.
we were younger. Me and my two buddies. My other one buddy was older than me and my other buddy, and he was making PVC bombs.
Oh yeah, that's what we
CO2
graduated to after a while.
bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was this restaurant. I won't say the name of it because, well, whatever. It was an Applebee's.
Applebee's.
And they were building it, and they just had the block walls up, and they had the floor down, and they had the piping done, and that was it. Well, we went in there one day and dropped one of these PVC pipes in the middle of a pipe. We didn't know it was going to blow the whole floor out.
Oh, shit.
And it was going to go kaboom, and the next thing you know, the police department, and everybody surrounding.
Was it? Watertown, Indiana, I think?
Yeah. The surrounding. So we all hightailed it back to my buddy's house, and police come by, knocking door to door, asking if anybody's seen anything or heard anything or whatever. And then my buddy's mom was like, no, blah, 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 blah. And they went away, and then she come busting downstairs. We're downstairs playing video games, smoking weed. It's like, what did you guys do? We're like, oh, my God, we didn't do anything. It wasn't us. And then, like, 2 or 3 days later, we found out what happened, and then my buddy ended up telling his mom, like, yeah, that was us. And she's like, you can't be doing that reckless shit. Well, my buddy was already in trouble. He'd been to juvie like 2 or 3 times, so he was wilding out. I'm telling you. Like, he stole his mom's car and went joyriding, and that's why he got locked up the last time. He just came home. I think he might have been on pass from juvie. It was crazy. Man, he was wilding out back there.
Back at Watertown,
Watertown.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Illinois, Indiana.
Bro, I can't believe you sent me, because you were talking about stealing cars. I can't believe you sent me that video of Mac. He had a video of Mac doing the dance, dude.
Doing it. Yeah, I was in my memories, bro.
You know what? I'm going to put it in the video. You will see it in this video right now in front
And we'll
of you.
drop it, yeah.
I have the video
It's
there.
called the Mac Wilder Mr. Steal Your Girl Dance. Because that's what he says, I'm Mr. Steal Your Girl. With no teeth.
Now he had teeth still then.
Yeah, he had teeth then. Now I bet you he comes out the joint, he don't have any.
He doesn't have any teeth. He already lost most of his teeth.
I got my front ones.
I wonder if last time I talked to him, he was doing good, and then shit went real downhill real fast for him. But he was supposed to get veneers or whatever the fuck they're called.
Oh, yeah, fronts.
Yeah.
Have you seen what they have to do to your teeth before they put it on?
Yeah.
Huh?
They
Smash
file
your
them
gums
down.
No, they have to shave your teeth down.
In
You
between?
look crazy before you put
Yeah.
You got these crazy little, like, I don't know, little monster teeth.
That's how it is when you get golds, too.
Yeah.
If you do it the right way.
That's what they do for the golds, too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wild.
Because they got to put it in between your teeth. It's going to cap the whole thing. So they shave in between.
The veneers,
I used to
they
tattoo
go
at a flea
way
market. They used to do
farther
that.
down, though. The veneers, it's like no tooth left almost. It's like just the root.
It's like second time I went to jail, this dude had a gold tooth. This other dude smacked it out of his mouth. Like smacked him so hard it came out of his mouth. And then my homeboy, he was a scrawny little black guy. He found it. He like seen it and grabbed it. And then nobody was like, oh, where'd it go? And they tried looking for it. And the were like, where'd it go? And my homeboy kept that bitch cheeked in his mouth until he went home. It was
I was locked up with a bunch of
I was
people
like 19
with gold
years
teeth.
old.
I think like the one was called Goldmouth.
Word.
Goldfinger.
He was from like
Goldfinger.
Brightmoor or something. He's from
Right.
Detroit or something.
B-Mo.
He's pretty
Shout
cool.
out to
He was
B-Mo.
cool. And then I was locked up with an OCJ with the dude with he had the whole gold piece. He's from Florida. He was there for like the checks, doing fake checks or whatever. He got down like half a million or some
fellow
crazy
Florida
number like
man.
that. And then near the end of my bit, I'm in the weight pit and I look over. This motherfucker's in there.
Right.
I'm like, oh shit. What's good? He's like, oh shit, I remember you from OCJ. It's such a small world because he was not there for the same thing. He was there for some other shit.
Do you remember there was when we were in there together? There was a guy who came in. This dude bonded out after like 5 days. He was telling everybody, "I want to bond out," right? But then I seen him when we went and got like one of the court dates when we were and sitting in the holding cell before we go into the courtroom. He was in the courtroom with us, right? But I had seen him when he come in or whatever, and he was telling everybody, he was like, "Yeah, I was in a high-speed chase and it's on TV. It's gonna be on the news." He's like, "But I'm about to get bonded out of here." He's like, "I got diplomatic immunity or some crazy shit." We're like, "Yeah, okay." He's talking all this crazy nonsense for like 5 days, and then they called his name and he got up out of there. Then like 6 weeks later, I go to court and he's in court with us, and I was like, "What's up, man?" And I was like, "You're in custody, obviously. What happened?" He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I violated whatever bail bonds or some crazy stuff." He's like, "Did you see it on the news?" But I had told him I'd seen him on the news. And it was later. We were watching the guy in a high speed chase. I think it was through like West Bloomfield and
He should have known he was cooked. You're cooked if you're on
But
the
this
news.
guy was he
cook
was a notorious car thief, and he's like he'd been from all over Florida, all up and down the coast, and that's what he said anyways. He was a big guy. He had like an Italian accent or whatever it was. He was talking big and shit. Like he
Big Joe
shit.
Gambino.
But it was like 5. But he was like, "Bro, I'll be out of here in 5. I'm telling you, watch."
I was
Why
locked
not?
up with everybody.
And then they called his name. And we're like, "Damn, that's crazy." That dude got on and he was wrecking shit. Like he drove through people's lawns and he wrecked 2 cop cars into each other and shit like that. And I was like, "Damn."
Another Florida man. I get
And
jealous.
then he was like, and then I go to court and he's like, "Yeah, I fucked up my bond." He was like, "I fucked this shit all up." I was like, "No shit." He's like, "Yeah, I was gonna run, but he's like, somebody's home." Whatever the story was, but
yeah, Florida's
it's pretty
wild.
lit. I mean, I went to Florida one time. I was driving down the road at 100, right? And I'm in a 95 Cutlass Supreme, supercharged 3.8. You know what I'm saying? And I'm floating at 100, bumping music. I'm in the center lane. Next thing I know, like 14 fucking rice burners go flying by me. I'm like, "Oh shit!" Right? Get all the way down the road. I'm still driving at 100, right? Way up the road, over a bridge and all that shit. I see as I'm coming up over this clearing, I start seeing all these cars off to the side of the road, like just pulled off, and I'm like slowing down, like, what's going on? Like 4 or 5 of them motherfuckers wrecked into each other and went off into off into this way and off into that way. This shit was wild. I drove, you fucking stupid motherfuckers, because they were coming at like 130, 160. You know how, I don't know if you know about that down there.
Oh yeah,
The roads
That's how
are
I
decent,
drive.
so they get racing down there, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
been involved in a lot of races.
Long distance races. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
All right, well, I think that's gonna wrap it up.
All right. I'm Rumpelstiltskin, long hair, don't care.
Yeah, if you want to
Signing
give
out.
Arctic Sun.
Creep, you want to give everybody your tags?
My tags.
Yeah, like Instagram,
My dog tags.
Instagram, whatever.
Oh yeah, Creep with a K. If you can't spell it, you can't look it up.
Dang. He said you can find him on all social media platforms, and if he ain't there, he ain't fucking there. Stop looking.
Pornhub coming soon.
Pornhub coming
Remember.
soon.
All right, y'all.
$2.99.
Salute.
Salute.